can always count on Mike to be going 100% and doing everything to the fullest extent of his ability, and I think that inspires other players.
Mike Basile, the junior safety out of Brick, New Jersey, has been turning heads since high school.
Get this done!
Well, first his film as a junior was phenomenal. We thought from the start he was a scholarship level kind of player on film. But the biggest thing was I went to his high school that day and he had a game and he was power cleaning in the high school. He was power cleaning, he was lifting, doing a very heavy lift. And I said to him, I said, Mike, you have a game tonight. He said, I know, but I need to lift. And like that, just the mentality of who the kid is.
Okay, when you first started getting recruited by Monmouth, what was it that stuck out to you?
Well, first of all, they were the first school to offer me. You know, as a high school athlete, you're always thinking about going to a big-time school. That's your dream, going to one of the higher schools. And, you know, but what stood out about Monmouth was that they were really there for me.
Growing up, his skills went well beyond the defensive side of the ball.
So in high school, Mike also played running back. Was there a chance that he was going to play that role here?
Well, very slim. You know, from the start, we had targeted Mike as a highly sought-after defensive secondary player. He just impacts the game to such a high level on that side of the ball that, you know, we had a specific plan in place where he was going to come to Monmouth, he was going to fill a role, and we recruited him on the defensive side all the way because of that.
But I mean, running back was fun in high school, but it's different in college. You know, I think in my game, I knew in high school that I wanted to be a defender. You know, I wanted to play on the defense side of the ball, and that was always my best thing. I thought, even when like coaches would tell me when I was getting recruited, like, we want you to play defense, we want you to play safety. So kind of with that, with them being telling me that, made me really work on that game a lot more. So I wasn't really too worried about the offensive side, but in high school it was a lot of fun. I do miss it, playing.
And saying goodbye to that offensive role has paid off. The 2014 Big South Rookie of the Year is well on his way to becoming one of the best defensive players Monmouth has ever seen.
You know, all the honors are great. It's always great to get recognition, you know. Just any award it's always a great thing, you know. It just shows, you know, all my hard work pays off. You know, I work hard.
And now that he's here, he's obviously made a great name for himself, tons of honors. What would you say is his biggest contribution to this program?
Well, I think Mike not only is he a great player, but he's a tremendous leader, and I think, like all leaders, he has the ability to lift the level of play of the other 10 players around him.
And his ability to lead is not overlooked.
And your teammates selected you to be their team captain this season. What does that mean to you, especially since you are a junior?
It's awesome. You know, I always believed that you didn't have to be a captain to lead the team. But just them, you know, showing that they have the support from me. Out of all the guys out here, and you know, there's only 4 captains, and I was one of the 4 to be chosen, so it meant a lot to me.
I'd say Mike is more of a vocal leader than I am, but I think it's cool how we both like pick up on each other's strengths and weaknesses on and off the field. And he came in and stepped in right into his place, and he like knew exactly where he fit in the team. And then once his time came to step into that role, he definitely did so.
His talent on the football field is no secret, but he has one hobby not many people know about.
And we noticed when we were setting up in here that you have a Rubik's Cube in your locker. What's the story behind that?
Coming into camp this year, one of actually right here, Brian Lewis, he brought in the Rubik's Cube one day, and I was like watching him play with it. I'm like, wow, like I always wanted to learn how to do that. For I think about 3 days straight, you can ask the guys, I don't think they saw me without the Rubik's Cube. And over time, it just got easy, and I kept doing it. And then now, as you see, I'm moving on to a 5x5, trying to get that 5x5 because, you know, I want a challenge. You know, that one, I haven't got it yet, but hopefully I'll get that one.
And solving that Rubik's Cube is one of the smaller challenges he has ahead.
And what do you see from him in the future, and where do you think he can take this program?
Well, I think he can continue to help this program grow. He can help us develop. He can push us toward a conference championship and a berth in the FCS playoffs.